Hi YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Patrick. It seems like everybody's selling a VPN. Everybody wants you to sign up for their VPN and it's going to fix all of your privacy concerns. You'll be totally secure, totally private online. All you got to do is give us a little money. Give us a little money every month. Yeah, it's not that simple. And there are actually times where using a VPN can pose more danger than benefit. So let's talk about the problems with VPNs. With all of that being said, let's dig right in. So there are three main points that I want to make about VPNs. First is correlation attacks, second is the VPN providers themselves, and third is when you de-anonymize yourself. So before we get into all of that though, let's talk about what a VPN is, because not everybody's cursed with the knowledge of networking. I'll try to break this down as simply as possible. When you're browsing the internet, a connection goes from your computer to the website or service that you're downloading from. That connection goes over an encrypted tunnel 99% of the time, and the thing is, everybody between you and the endpoint that you're connecting to, everybody in between you can see information about your connection. Now, a VPN makes this different because now with a VPN enabled, now your data goes from your computer to the VPN provider, and then it goes to the website that you want to visit. So your first hop, your hop from your computer to the VPN provider, that's an encrypted tunnel, and everything that you send through that tunnel is going to be protected and encrypted. The problem is the tunnel stops at the VPN provider. When it goes back out into the internet, into the website you want to visit, at that point it is not any more protected than any other traffic. Now, this does provide some meaningful protections from a class of attacks known as man-in-the-middle attacks. If you're on a home network or a free Wi-Fi network or something, this is an example VPN providers love. So let's say you're at a coffee shop, and somebody in the coffee shop is doing a simple man-in-the-middle attack on the network. Well, if you're using a VPN, again, that first hop from your computer to the VPN server across that local network, well, now that hop is encrypted and protected, so the person on the local network doing the man-in-the-middle attack can't see any of the information that's passing through. And this is very rudimentary explanations of this stuff. I'm just trying to keep it simple. You connect to a website, that connection goes over your ISP, and they collect all the information they possibly can about that network traffic. Now, when you're using a VPN, your ISP can't really see the data that you're transmitting, and so it does protect you from your ISPs spying on you to some degree. But again, there are some fundamental problems with the way VPNs are being sold to us and the way they actually work. So let's talk about correlation attacks. I'll try to explain this as simply as I can. So let's say that you are on your computer and you turn on your VPN and you go to an anonymous website, you post an anonymous post on it, and then you shut down your computer. Okay, you're on, the VPN was on, it was all anonymous, seems pretty airtight, right? Well, you have to understand that modern computers love this thing called telemetry. Telemetry is basically statistics and identifying information about your computer that gets sent to Microsoft, Apple, whatever vendor your computer belongs to. So you have all of this information flowing out from your computer that can identify you. So now at this point, your ISP knows that you connected to the VPN at this time. Law enforcement knows the post was made at a similar time. And now Apple or Microsoft or whoever has also collected telemetry data identifying you during that same time frame, all with the same VPN IP address, all going back to your computer. So by correlating this information, a law enforcement agency would be able to de-anonymize you with a correlation attack. Again, that's not a perfect explanation, that's not exactly how it goes down, but I'm trying to keep this simple so that it's accessible to as many people as possible. Okay, and then the second problem with VPNs is VPN provider fuckery, when they fuck around. So something important to realize about your VPN is that even if it says it's a no-log VPN, it's probably still collecting some logs about you. You see, the thing is, the VPN providers, they have to meet the local laws in the regions in which they operate. Meaning that if you're using a VPN provider that does business in the United States, well, they have to abide by the United States law about keeping VPN logs. So obviously, you can't pay them if they can't do business in your region, so they're going to have to meet your region's laws and requirements. Another thing, free VPNs are not free, it's just that you're not the one paying. You see, with a VPN that's free, they'll often take all the data about your network traffic and sell it to the highest bidder. And they get away with this all the time, and people don't even realize it's happening. But it is something that's very common, so free VPNs are probably not the way you want to go. Okay, and the third way things can go wrong is if you de-anonymize yourself. Let's say you're connecting to a VPN, and again, you're posting an anonymous post on an anonymous board, and you're using your VPN and everything's great. And then you log into your Facebook account. Now, all those trackers, all those cookies, all those little bits of data, those breadcrumbs that lead from one place to another online, all of that points to you now because you told the computer who you are. You told Facebook, this is who I am, and Facebook told everybody else, this is who they are, and now that traffic that you thought was anonymous is now tied to your identity. So you have to think, when you're using a VPN, you have to think, who am I protecting myself from? If you're protecting yourself from three-letter agencies, well, I don't think a VPN is the tool that you need. I think something like Tor would be more applicable. And I'm not saying that anybody should do anything illegal, but I will point out that the same pitfalls that apply to VPNs also apply to Tor, so be careful. Now, if you're trying to block your traffic from being seen by your internet service provider, so you can sail the high seas or whatever you want to do, look, I don't care, we're all adults. So if you're doing that kind of stuff, and you just want to hide it from your internet service provider, yeah, VPN, a reputable VPN, that's perfectly cromulent in that circumstance. Because you have to keep in mind, the traffic from the VPN is only protected over that first hop, right, from your computer to the VPN server. After that, you're relying on whatever native protections come with the connection that you're making. So no, VPNs are not a silver bullet. In fact, the effectiveness of a VPN depends heavily on the way that you use it. And a VPN is not going to make you anonymous. It's not going to hide you from the government. A VPN is a tool that protects you from threats on your local network or man-in-the-middle attacks between you and the destination. It's something that protects you from being seen by your ISP directly. It is not a privacy tool, though. It's not an anonymity tool. It's something that it does have a purpose, but the way it's being sold isn't lining up with the way it actually works. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing down below. If you liked the video, like the video right there. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.